Hi, it's Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and in this video I'll be looking at the XTU S3 Pro action camera. The S3 Pro 2022 edition camera offers up to 4K at 30 frames per second video recording, 20 megapixel photo capture, it's waterproof, without a case up to 5 meters and 40 meters with its protective case, and you can connect it to its own Wi-Fi and control and manage it using its own mobile app. It's vlog ready with its dual touch sensitive screens. It has an electronic image stabilisation, and it comes with a lot of remote and mounting accessories that make it ready to record any type of adventure. In the box you get a paper instruction manual and a customer service support card. There's a set of cleaning and application tools, a USB-A to micro USB charging cable, an external microphone boom. There is the S3 Pro camera itself, which comes already in its sealed waterproof case with its attached shoe mount. There's a bunch of Velcro and fabric buckled straps, a lens cleaning cloth. Then we have an array of mounting accessories from bike mounts to tripod mounting and helmet mount. And there are some adhesive pads, cable ties, and there is an IR wrist strap remote control, as well as a foam surround to reduce wind noise. The camera comes pre-installed in its waterproof case with pass-through button controls. Opening the case is simple and it allows you to get your hands on its tiny sized camera. Around the body of the camera there are 3 buttons, a shutter button, a mode button, and a button to access different recording modes, and when held down it also powers the camera on and off. Pressing down on the mode button allows you to toggle between the 2-inch sensitive LCD display at the back and the 1-inch display at the front. On the remaining sides of the camera there are 2 sealed openings for the battery and micro SD, a micro USB port to charge the camera's battery, and a mini HDMI port to display the content onto a TV or monitor. The microphone sits between 2 buttons at the top. There is an internal speaker on the side, and at the bottom there is a 1/4-inch screw hole for mounting the camera onto a tripod. Both of its touchscreen displays offer a wide angle of view, and although very small, the on-screen menus are very easy to navigate and operate. Its 170-degree wide-angle lens passes through to an image sensor that allows up to 4K video at 30 frames per second down to 720p at 240 frames per second. And you can choose to capture this video in H.264 or H.265 video compression. And there are plenty of additional options, including customizations for video stability, exposure, sharpness and white balance. There are also plenty of video and photo modes to choose from to accompany the many types of recording that you might wish to do. This XTU S3 Pro action camera currently retails with coupons and vouchers for $109.99 from Amazon US, £100.49 from Amazon UK, and €129.99 from Amazon DE. And you can check out my links in the description down below to learn more about this camera and to buy yourself one. I tested this camera in the UK on a few trails on my e-bike and also abroad on a summer holiday. So I managed to test this camera in a leisure and traveling environment as well as an action camera. Overall, it was a good accompaniment alongside my iPhone camera, where I was more comfortable using this S3 Pro in certain scenarios where I wasn't able to or willing to on my iPhone. Its compact size allows me to shoot in new places, and matched with the right mount you can attach the camera onto cycle or motorbike helmets without too much added weight. I attached it onto this 2-in-1 invisible selfie stick from Insta360, and thanks to its small size I was able to get some unique shots that still felt discreet and less overwhelming for the personal persons being recorded. I found some of its mounting accessories just a little bit disappointing though. There was no clip-on mount, so I had to buy this MI Premium backpack strap clip mount from Amazon for around £12, which helped clamp the camera onto my chest or shoulder strap of my backpack. The plastic bike mount was also quite disappointing. It was more suited to much smaller diameter bike handlebars, so with its plastic material I wasn't really that comfortable in using it long term. And personally I would look out for a much better metal based bike camera mount instead. Attached to my e-bike I took the camera on a 20-mile ride to test out its digital stabilisation and microphone. With its electronic image stability mode set to the default state, I was pleasantly surprised with how stable this video was over some very rough terrain, and with the camera mounted onto my handlebars. There were some jolts in the feed at times, but the rest of the time it was stable and definitely usable. Sadly, the same can't be said for the microphone whilst at speed though. Most of the audio captured from the top facing microphone wasn't usable at all due to the majority of wind noise, even at low speeds. You also have to be careful when holding the camera by its body. If you hold it at the top, which is likely because this is where the shutter button is, so you're prone to brushing the microphone that sits in the middle and create a ton of noise. Covering the camera in this foam cover did a very good job at reducing the wind noise. With the foam cover attached, I could finally hear myself very clearly during fast movement. Hang on. Come the right way. However, I didn't like the foam cover covering the entire camera, as it makes it very awkward to use the buttons at the top because there's no pass-through holes, and interacts with its front and rear displays. I would have personally preferred a clip-on microphone cover just to cover the microphone top instead and leave the rest of the camera intact. As for its video quality, this camera does a good job at capturing video for its price range. It's not going to compare to the latest smartphone camera, and it does struggle in low light and especially in the dark. But in daylight recording, it can provide some good footage for its relatively low price of entry. Yet even with some level of dynamic range, it can struggle with footage that goes between dark and light. But overall, there are plenty of recording options that can take some time to find the best quality to battery life for the kind of recording that you're doing. During my 2-hour ride, I did have to top up its 1350 mAh battery midway through my route, just to top the battery pack up with a battery pack that I brought with me, and that was just capturing at 1080p. I found using its touch display at the front and rear of the camera was easy enough to frame shots and to be able to set the camera angle when mounting it, so you can see what the camera is capturing just ahead of it. The app can also help with this too, but it's not just as simple as viewing through the tiny displays and pressing the shutter button to start and just getting on with your recording. When it comes to taking photo images, your smartphone will likely be a lot better at capturing these, so I would mostly only focus on recording videos with this camera. I did take the camera underwater, and although the pool water wasn't that clear, it did manage to take some decent videos, where certain smartphones would not. There was an underwater mode on this camera, but I simply couldn't tell the difference in quality when switching between them. The S3 Pro is a decent action camera for taking videos or photos in situations where you wouldn't want to use or mount your smartphone. And at just a third of the price of a similarly spec'd GoPro, which comes with a lot less camera mounting accessories, I would simply say, if you're looking for an action camera whilst on a budget, I would add this S3 Pro camera from XTU to your shortlist. If you'd like to check out my review of another great camera, you can watch my video right here, and I'll hopefully see you there. Thanks for watching though to the end of this video. Leave me a thumbs up or a comment if you have any questions about this S3 Pro camera, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.